Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Hello there. Okay. Okay. What the hell? No, 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 no. I've been working on species counterpoint for like 2 years. It's crazy. Not every day. I mean, it's been a bitch to get through, to be honest. Uh-oh. I had it in my mind and then I played it. Probably shouldn't have done that either. It's an octave up from where I'm at. Alright. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, just ask, but I'm not gonna. Oh, fuck. I'm not going to narrate this. It's just too much going on. Hey, Letitia. I'm doing counterpoint. Or I most certainly am going to try. Okay. So this needs to be 60. Oh gosh, okay. Counterpoint is the art of combining melodies. Yeah, you guys can talk about it. It's you know how you have a melody, like I don't know. I'll just use Mary Had a Little Lamb because I know it. Mary had a little lamb. Right, but then what if you wanted to combine that with "We Will Rock You"? I actually don't know. I know how it goes, but I don't know the exact pitches. And how do you even? I think it's. I keep wanting to put it on 3. Rock you, or however you want it to, whatever, however you want to sing it. But once you figure out the notes, you'll be able to put them together in such a way that when they combine, they're controlled. You know, they're not just mashed together. So if you think of mashups, like when you hear one song mixed with another, that's kind of like counterpoint. But this has to do with more individual notes than like entire tracks. Yeah, it's like constructive and destructive interference, consonance and dissonance. So it's kind of a lot to get into. I'd recommend you watch a video. There's like some dude on Instagram who did just a real fast demo of it on keyboard. But the truth is that I've been working on this for like 2 years, and I still have to think about it. Yeah, it's a lot. If you guys want to talk about it, but I need to concentrate. But you guys are more than welcome to watch. This is Fourth Species, so if you want to look up Fourth Species, how that works, that's what this is. But it's a little confusing because it's a different mode. Again, this is not like a beginner shit. So if I do E, E would continue over to be a 10th, which is a consonant. And if I use B, this is Fuchs, remember, so it's important that we're a little more conventional. B and C would be a 7th. So that would be good. That would be a 7/6. So this is going to be G. No, it's not. It's going to be B. Okay, B, and then B is going to be held. I don't know if the stem will really matter, but it makes it a little clearer. So B, and for Fourth Species, you want to try to resolve down. So we're going to go B to A, and then CA is a 6th. So that right there is what you call a dissonant suspension. In measure 2, we have a C in the bass, and then on top, it's a B, which makes a major 7th, which is a dissonance in classical music, at least in species counterpoint, let's say. Okay, so 7, and then when you have a dissonant suspension, you want to resolve it down a step. If you held it over for consonants, you could jump anywhere just like any other species, okay? So here we go. And then A, what happens here? A gets met with D, which is a 5th. That technically is not wrong. And like we said, that would be certainly a perfect 5th by contrary motion. So I think that that's absolutely reasonable. Wow, MuseScore, don't do that. But now we're going to have to jump because we can't resolve it to a 4th. So we'll think about what comes next. We're going to descend to a C in the bass. So we can go to B again. But that's kind of hokey because we already did that in measure 1. We went effectively up. Okay, so what else would be a dissonance? We can do a 4-3. So C to F. But I don't know if I want to do that because we have a peak coming up in the melody, in the cantus. So we would like, I know they say don't focus on melodic contour, just do the suspensions. Okay, I'll just do that. I'm pretty sure it says that. Yeah, not melodic contour, so we're not really aiming for independent peaks. So, yeah, we could do a 4-3, I guess. Why not? So just F to E goes pretty low. So that's pretty easy. If we don't have to worry about melodic contour, it doesn't matter. You just create your suspensions. What the fuck? Control Alt 2. Okay, I don't know what you're doing, but I don't like that. So, the last bar, I wasn't looking for that. 7/6 above. Okay. So we want 7/6 and 4/3. Yeah, I knew that. And then 9/8 6/5 and 4/5 maybe in the lower voice. I don't know. So anyway, we can do pretty much any of them, but prefer 7/6 and 4/3. Okay. So here we have the third. That is a 4/3 suspension. We want to do 7/6 here. So that's F, and then E. We can do that, I guess. F. 7/6. That is F, so E, D. Hmm? What the hell is going on here, man? No, 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 no. Stop. Why is this? I don't want that done. No. You guys are gonna have to forgive me, man. I Let's get the blasted note in there. This is Linux and a laptop, and I'm totally out of my element in terms of like computer interface. Oh, Control Q. All right, so it must be Shift Q. There we go. So that's F, that's E, that's 7, and then we want to put a 6 on D. And then we're just going to resolve it up back to E, because that's what Alan Belkin said we have to do. And now those measures are done. So now we have these 4 left to do. Okay. Alright. Counterpoint is not an app for music, but MuseScore. You see it here. This is MuseScore Studio. It's free to use. And you know what? Actually, besides just being free, it's great. I've tried a couple other notation programs, and one was like, I think it was like Sibelius, and then the one by Avid, which is that Sibelius by Avid? And there was another one, I forgot already what it was called. It used to be really popular. I don't remember, but then I was using NoteFlight for a while. That's still a thing, I think. It's like a web app, which is something, I don't know, I didn't really like that part of it. I like using local apps when possible, I guess. I'm not sure why. But yeah, so this is MuseScore, and it's great, because it's not only is it free, but it feels comfortable to use. And that counts for something. And they've improved it a lot, because it is free. I don't know if it's open source or what, but I mean, here it is on Linux and stuff. So I mean, that's great too. I love cross-platform. So it's all in that kind of vein of stuff that I appreciate. So I'm not really like one of those free software guys, but I mean, I think it's great that think about it. Anybody almost can learn to do this. So that's a really good thing. So back to measure 4, C and E. We did a 4/3 suspension and resolution, and now we're going to end up with an E and an A. A and E are a 5th, and that's what we ended up with over in measure 3. But there we went down. This time we're going to have to go up. So A and E, that's completely fine. I don't see why that's a problem. And I'm going to have to change that to a second voice. The color on this laptop is atrocious because it's a TN panel. I don't mean to complain, but it's so bad. It's so bad in terms of color. Blue and green look the exact same. Plus I'm using like a night shift. It doesn't help. I mean, on the screen share, it looks aqua. But on here, it looks like mint. And then you don't even see that the whole note Oh, nice. Yeah, because anyway, yeah, I'm using a UDP network stream from the laptop, and all this stuff is really cool. But I mean, uh, it doesn't mean that it's like flawless. So, and then there's me. Lots of user error here. All right, and then we're gonna end up with. Okay, first before we do that, I want to give you guys a little demo so you understand. The first note here is E, and that's going to be Do. It's Phrygian. Okay, if you guys are that far into music, it's the third mode of major, and we're going to start the counterpoint with a fifth. And then this one is going to go from do, le, do, te, le. And then the le, do, so, le, so, do, te, le, so. That's a major seventh, and we're going to resolve it to le, fa, fa, le, fa, so. Sorry. Do, so, fa, le, fa, do, le, fa, do, do, so, fa, do, le. So you'll hear it. This seventh is going to resolve down here, so it's going to sound tense for a little second, and then it's going to sound okay, and that's a subtle thing. Try to hear it. I don't know if you can hear it even very well in the stream, but listen. Did you guys hear that? When the new cantus note came in over the tied counterpoint note, it was like, you know what I mean? Had that major seventh kind of sound to it. And then when it resolved to the sixth, it was all sweet again. Listen again. Let me put it where it belongs. See what I'm saying? And you think, so what? Well, then so what? But I'm telling you, man, try that in your own music. Try to do that. Try to create a dissonant suspension and then resolve it down. If you've never done counterpoint, you've basically never done that. Or very rarely, and you didn't realize how cool it was. It's like a whole nother level of mastery to know that. So, fourth species. It's up to you. But yeah. So E, A. There's the fourth. So I have a fifth. All right. So as a fifth, I can go anywhere. And so for A, I would love to create a 7-6 or a 4-3. A 4-3 above A would be D. So can I do a D? A D above? No, because these are both fourths. Oh, Nike. So this is tricky because these are both the same note. So they don't really change. It's just a change of register. So it's really just the same note. So, I mean, you're going to end up with something stupid. Because you can't, I mean, it won't create a dissonance. So you could do a consonant suspension. That would work. And is permissible. I could be a dick and then just do another E. Wait, but yeah I could. Fuck, I probably could. I don't think I'm gonna though. No, I can't actually because it's a fifth here. I mean, it's an ascending interval, so it'd be similar motion. Direct fifth, I think they call it. So it has to be something nice, like a 6 or a 3. 3 sounds good because then it keeps it close. You know, the range doesn't get hairy, which I kind of might like, but then I don't know. Yeah, let's do that, and then we're gonna have to step up. So we'll step up for some contrary motion. I know what they said. Don't worry about melodic contour, but you kind of can't help it. In fact, yeah, it's a 4-3. Okay, yeah, I'll just do. What did I say? D. No, not A and D. A and C. I was gonna do a third. Okay, so now we can freely step again because that's a consonant suspension. See, because it's a 10th here between A and C. It's a minor 10th, and then we have a minor third because it's just a change of register in the bass or the lower voice. It's not technically a bass. Okay, so now we can step wherever, and I said that we'd go up, you know. So the next note would be a G. All right, so C and G is a fourth. You know, actually, that would be cool. We could hold it and do a 4-3 suspension. That isn't wrong. I've done that a couple times already. I don't know, what other kind of creative stuff could we do? Feeling anxiety. Oh, maybe I'm just tired. I don't know. So anyway, that's a G. We can go to B. Oh, yeah, the CB is 1, and then the alternative would be F. Step up to F and go to E. I did say I wanted to go up. So yeah, I mean it's a small little leap. Look, it's gonna go down a step, up a third. I think we'll do that and do F. Wait, can we do F? Yes, we can, because it'd be 3-5, and we haven't gone to a fifth. No, wait, it's not F. It's a 6th. That's actually perfect. Yeah, that makes sense. So then we're going to do F here again. And then E. And then tie E to E. That's an octave. That's totally good. And then we... Oh, shit. But then we have E again. See what I'm saying? We kind of create a pedal there. I don't know if I want to do that. But either we do that or we create a sort of a smaller pedal on the C. Well, this is interesting though. I mean, we could just hold it. Or we could leap away. You know what I mean? We could leap up from F to A. No, we can't. This note has to be an E. This note has to be an E. That can't change. It's funny that he was like the penultimate bar, blah, blah, blah. But really, this has to be like this. You say, why? Because it's a seventh on that measure. How many measures is here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Lost. R here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is the ninth measure. Yeah, this has to be an E because this is a seventh. 7, 6, and then another E. So I don't want to E the hell out of this. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to bring this back down. Just do and then we can do something else here. On B, end up with a fifth. Yeah, and then this goes up to the octave. That's fine. I mean, that's pretty much what we're going to have to do. Because it's 4/3, and then this steps down to the that's a fifth. It leaps down by a third. Okay. So yeah. So technically, there's a whole note. And that has to be there too. Yep, that's it. That's probably all I'm going to write. Okay. So, do you guys have any questions? Let me play it. Okay, I'm sure it's, we always got to make sure it sounds somewhat decent. Usually if there's something crazy, then there's a good chance that it's wrong. Like the species counterpoint, it tends to sound pretty conservative, as you'd imagine. Okay, so let's walk through it real fast. Double check the intervals and the patterns, and then we'll listen to it. Okay, so E and B, that's a fifth. This goes down a third, which would make this a seventh, because 5 to 7, resolve down to a 6, which is dissonant suspension to consonant. Then here we go up to a fifth by contrary motion, jump down, leap down to a third. This steps down, and then we have a 4/3 suspension, a perfect fifth. So we leap up to the minor 10th from A to C, and then this is a change of register between A and A in the lower voice, so minor third, and we're going to hold that, which is fine, because then we can create a 4/3 here, right? We have a reason for it. It's not wrong. It kind of happens sometimes, I've noticed in fourth species. Where you end up with one or two things that are just weird. And I could sing that twice, but I'm just going to tie it over, and I'll tell you why. That might be wrong. First of all, look, I don't have a teacher. I learned this from the internet, and this, I've already gone through counterpoint once, but it's a lot to take on. I think anybody will tell you that it's a challenge to learn, and I already went through it once, but I wanted to expand, and I came across this guy, Belkin, and his rules are a little bit more liberal, so I'm taking some liberties now as I sort of become more comfortable, and that to me is a bridge to real music, because it's not all going to follow the rules like this. So if you just get started, maybe you don't want to put a whole note in your fourth species exercise. Maybe you'd rather, write it like I had it, with 2 half notes. It gives you a chance to breathe. But really, does it matter? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of a fun way to sort of, Control-Shift-Z. Yeah. Wait, did I even do it right? Yeah, kind of a fun way to spice it up a little bit. But it's not wrong, I wouldn't say. So anyway, even if it is, I don't care. At least I have a reason, and that's what matters. So, 4-3 suspension. Okay, you guys know the notes, G and B. E and B, 5th, leap up to an octave, and that's contrary motion. And then here we have the E and the F. Sorry, what the hell is this? E and F, so 7-6. And E and... Oh, this is interesting though, because this is a minor second. Yeah, it's a major 7th. Normally a 2 and a 1 is a minor 7th, but here it is not. I didn't play the low note. Let's hear it. You guys hear that, man? You'd have to be deaf or extremely untrained to not know that. And this tempo is too slow. I'm not going to play it at 60. Let's try 80. I also don't want to go too fast because, I'm actually going to have to perform this. I don't have to, but... Alright, so I've explained it. When you're going through it, let's just listen the first time, okay? I don't know if you can hear it, so I'll put it up here. Alright, well, listening to it, remember how we said that we would hear if something was wrong? Well, I think that's not right. I changed my mind. I'll just play C twice. Because it kind of sounded like shit. It didn't sound like shit. It just killed the momentum. It just killed the rhythm. Let's start from here. And, you guys can see all this. Did that even make a difference? Let's do some more time. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Yeah, so I don't know if it really makes a difference in the app, but I'm going to have to, like I said, perform it or something. So there's an opportunity for that rhythm to become a little more obvious. But in the meantime, I just want to reference one of my old counterpoints. Let's see, I think I can even share it with you. Why does this one look so long? Oh my god. I don't know. But here, you guys want to see it? Let's see if you can. Of course you can't. You know why? Because Windows hates you. I'm just kidding. What the heck? What is going on? I have two of these open. I don't want this one open. This one open. There it is. Okay, you guys see that, right? This is my last one. Okay. Whatever. I'm not even sure why I'm showing you this. I just wanted to see how I wrote everything out. So I wrote the intervals on top right there. And then this one is underneath, you see? The counterpoint. And then we crossed voices. But we did it deliberately. Because he went from like whatever, this was like this is F. I don't know. But to me it was like a fifth down. This was like a 5 to the 7 to the 1. So I was like, okay, well if you want to do that, then I'm just going to do this. Again, I had a reason. So let's write all these out. Let's go back and fill these in. I mean, it doesn't change. Oh gosh, I'll just put it in there. 4-3. The 5th to the 8th doesn't seem very Fuchsian, but I'm gonna let it slide, bro. It didn't sound bad, right? The major 7th here. This is nice. It's probably one of my favorite parts. And then the other major 7th, I like that. Little subdominant here at the end, right? Or is it? No. It's a dominant with the 2 and the 7. And then the 2 and the 6, almost like a dominant subdominant. If you say so, Hexball. Alright, do I win? I think I do. So, okay, well, I'll listen to it. Let's listen to it one last time. I guess you want to listen to it like 240 beats per minute. Like some kind of death metal track. Death metal doesn't go to 240, but MuseScore does, so get ready. Get ready to listen to those suspensions. They're going to be swinging. Ready? There you go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's pretty dope. Ooh, just like fucking. That's pretty right on with the tempo, though, huh? That's because I just know 60 fairly well. That's just like 16 notes. So that, yeah, 80, 90 was good. 90 was comfortable. That's it. So now I'm just gonna print the PDF. If I can align, how can I align the text? Man, I forgot. I don't know if I have to select them all or not. Let me see. Style. System. Fuck, I don't remember. Text styles. I don't know. Expression style. System. I don't fucking remember. I don't think that was it. Appearance? No. It wasn't here. It was under style for sure. It's just not maybe staff text. Oh, there we go. Boom. Yeah, that looks nice, right? I just hate when it gets lumpy like that. Boom. That is good enough. That is good enough. If you ask me. If you ask me. 'Cause I don't give a shit. If it isn't perfect. This is a sin, bro. PDF file. They must have put that shit as a joke. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Excellent, man. That was easy as hell. Honestly, it's getting easier. It's getting pretty easy. Mod shift Q. Oh boy. Alright, so good. It's proof that we did something productive with our lives. We fucking learned fourth species counterpoint fairly well. So, suck my... There we go. Great. Yay. We're accomplished musicians. Alright, whatever. So normally I would play this, I guess. I mean, fuck. And in fact, I don't know, dude, what time is it? 4:30. I'm gonna take a break, dude. Before I flip my computer over. I'm gonna take some time for questions. That was fun. Okay, I enjoyed that. I'll leave this up down there in the bottom so you can look at it. You can peep. You can perv out. to that because I don't care. I'm a liberal. We embrace our sexuality. That's not. Is that even true? No questions. Okay, I don't blame you. Stay away, man. Stay far away. Counterpoint is nuts, dude, but it's great. I enjoy it. I don't know. I feel like it gives me a new dimension to my music. I mean, certainly that I wouldn't have without it. And I feel like it's just actually just like the beginning. I guess, you always feel like that. But I mean, the beginning of what's possible. I don't want to talk too much. I wear out my voice. But yeah, this was great. I'm glad I was able to share this. Let's review. We reminded ourselves, oh shit, you know what I didn't do that I did want to? I guess it doesn't really matter. I wanted to stay within the ranges of the voice types. In fact, there is still time to do that. Okay. I forgot. Yes, clefs. Okay, so this is where I may have gone wrong. So we wanted to be cognizant of ledger lines. And the Fuchs example does use ledger lines. In two places. Two of them, actually. And I go up to F, don't I? No. E. So I can push this up. How many? I can push it up, but yeah, bro. Microlot, this is music. Yes, it is. Can I tag you? Yeah. So what I wanted to do was balance the ledger lines a little bit. So I might go back and figure out. Sure, thanks for asking. I might. Oh gosh. Let me open this back up. Because there's two things that I wanted to do that I didn't do. And I'm glad that I caught this. Usually I have to fix something. So I want to change the clef. Right now middle C is here. If I put it here, what happens? It means that B goes down. And I don't want to do that. But wait. C goes down to here. And then B would go down too. So everything would get pushed down. And I don't want to do that. Wouldn't it get raised up though? Let's think about this. Middle C would be here. And then this is B, and it would be here. So it would push everything down. I guess that makes sense, right? Because if it's a lower voice, you want it like more here as opposed to up here. I don't think there's a clef. I have to ask ChatGPT, dude. Or I can ask Chat, you guys. Is there a clef that would enable me to lift the notes in the staff? You have to answer that question before ChatGPT does. I don't know, like a bass, like a baritone, like a tenor clef. I don't know. I really don't actually. I'm having a hard time conceptualizing this. Oh no, the middle C is there. Oh no, it does raise everything. It raises it a lot. Wait, because middle C is here. And then if I use an alto clef, middle C goes all the way up here. So it raises everything like hella. Okay, never mind. I think I figured it out. So let me make sure that's right. So the alto, okay, I got confused because I'm a guitar player, first of all, and we're dumb. So, just kidding. It's just because the guitar is a transposing instrument. So anyway, middle C would go up here. So yeah, it raises everything up way high. But I don't want to raise it that much. But alto is right next to treble. Soprano clef? Yeah, because, well, how many? No, this is a major seventh. I just want to raise it like a perfect fifth or a fourth. Okay. Okay. Oh, there is a soprano clef. I'll be damned. Oh, wait. Okay, I don't know. Let's see what happens. I mean, there's always Control Z, and we already have the PDF. So let's try it, man. Let's change to soprano clef. Because soprano says I didn't quite see it. Soprano would put middle C on the first line, so it would raise it exactly what I wanted, which was like a fourth. Let's see what happens. That's not soprano clef. You better have one. Here it is. Boom. Didn't quite get me there. Control Z. Kind of went too far. I'd rather read clefs below than above. Yeah, that's too far. This is even better. Is this really worth it? Because now nobody can read this. I don't know if I can even read this right now. So, C, E, G, B. Right. I mean, it's fancy. It's. Is it. Is it. Pretentious? Is it pretentious? Because there are truly no. There's no ledger lines. Oh, there's one. Which just makes it a lot harder to read. Or does it? I'm not sure if it does. What do you guys think, man? Is treble clef too difficult to read? But this looks so low. This just doesn't look right. This doesn't look right either. Right? Everything looks like it's above middle C. It is, obviously. I mean, because it's in treble. I don't know if I like that, though. Here's soprano, which seems just to make sense. Let's think about it. Oh, there's a mezzo-soprano clef. Oops. Just a small shift. Alright, well, puts middle C there, right? And so we know that the lower voice goes up to the sixth. So it'll go to A4, which is within. It's pushing the alto, isn't it? That's pushing the alto, isn't it? That's at the top of the alto's range. Some might say above it. No, G to D. Let's think. No, the alto can go to like D5, right? Yeah. Alto can go D5. D5? Alto go D5? So C, E, G, B, C. So yeah. So, that's an A. That's fine. It is an A, is it not? C, E, G, A. Yes. So that's totally within the alto's range. That's what I was trying to do. If you look at my note here, I can prove it to you. Be careful when using clefs. Yeah, well, because I did, I went to sing in comfortable range. Some of these reference recordings. Oh, I tried that and it didn't work. But well, I didn't write it down, I guess. Preserve voice ranges. See, that's what I wanted to do. And so that's what we're checking now. And I wanted to be careful with the clefs, because if you were to see, I'm not gonna remember the last one I showed you. Can I pull it up? I don't even know if I can still. Wait. Yeah, remember this? Wait, this one was actually okay. But there was one that I did that there was like hella ledger lines or something. Something was totally wrong with it. And I really wanted to be careful about that. And I also wanted to then be careful about you're not wait. You too. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to preserve the voice ranges and keep the staff, free of ledger lines when possible. Although it's not possible here, but it's okay. CA, like, people could figure that out. Let's just do. So this seems to work. The bottom line is the alto clearly, and then the top voice doesn't go up much higher than that. The top voice goes to. I think this is C up here. Let's see. I'm trying to use my hacks. I'm like, again, I'm self-taught, so some of this music reading stuff can make me feel slow. C, E, G, B, C. So yeah, that's A, A. Wait. C, E, G, B, C. Oh, because, yeah, this is this note. Okay. Right. Here's that jump. C, E, G, A, right, the fourth. What am I even doing? So let's just review the intervals here. This was supposed to be E, it is. This is supposed to be B. Right, we know that's C now, so everything's just off by one line. A space and a line. Yeah, and there's no reason that C, the B, yeah, everything looks fine. Oh, I should probably go through it. Okay, so C, A, right, still sixth, F, this is not F, this is, actually, no, this is D, and A, D, E, F, and C. Everything looks the same. Everything's the same, dude. So I'll print this. We'll just do it. We're going to go full pretension with the soprano clef. And if anyone says that we're being pseudo-intellectuals, what will we tell them? You're right, motherfucker. Look at that. Boom. Beautiful. Everything just shifted. Everything's in range. I look like the man. And everybody lives happily ever after. So, that's it. I did it. All by myself. You guys, thanks for watching. I think I'm going to take a break. I don't have any hair right now, but I'm feeling a little tired, so. Ooh. Okay. That's it. Yeah, so in the future, I have to say, man, the coolest part about this stream right now is that I am streaming from my Debian laptop into Windows, into OBS with a UDP network stream. I just think that's really cool over Wi-Fi. We don't have sound right now. I mean, it's not direct sound, it's through the microphone, but I think that's pretty neat. And it doesn't work that bad. And the shit's free. You don't have to pay for some stupid ass app. You just fucking use it, and it's wonderful. Maybe I am a free software guy, but thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like what you're seeing, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.